Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it's time for the second deck today. Being Speed Duel Sunday and trying to fill out one of the challenges that was given to us, I created a deck that we just showed for the Tier 1 variant called Hero Gate. So this is going to be like the Tier 2 Hero Gate. We got it down to 22 cards for you. We're going to be using the same skills. So again, the right hero for the job. Once per duel, that's going to let us take a hero that we have on our side of the field, bounce it back into the main deck, and then special summon out a level 4 or lower elemental hero from our deck that had a different name from the one that was sent back. So again, this just helps us a little bit as far as getting the correct names on board. And then just let's jump right into the main deck. So I'm going to be running one copy of Elemental Hero Blade Edge, 2600, Piercing, great card, with a setup for him. We are going to use 2 copies Blaze Man, and again, sometimes we're just going to use the Blade Edge for the secondary effect here. We're not running Polymerization in the main deck. Polymerization is in the side, so this does have like an additional play going into games 2 and 3. But essentially, which part of the effect that we're going to be using is you may activate, during the main phase, you may activate this effect. You cannot special summon for the remainder of the turn except fusion. Also, send 1 elemental hero from deck to grave, except Blaze Man if due. This card's attack, defense, and attribute all become the same as the monster sent until the end of this turn. And then again, you can only use 1 effect per turn and only once that turn. So again, it's either grab Polymerization or do that. So game 1, obviously, we're going to go with the secondary effect for some power-ups. We are going to use Burstinatrix again, just like we were doing in the last one. This is our one-step gateway into being able to play Flame Wingman. And again, gives us our 3rd fire attribute for going into the Nova Master. We did cut down to a single Necroshade. Again, it was a tough choice because you're either going to be able to summon one of the Necroshade fusions, or you're going for the setup with a Blade Edge. And again, it's a tough choice. Sometimes you're going to have to make that. Let's see if we can get the focus back here real quick. Not too sure what's happening there. We did cut down to 2 Sparkman because, again, if you're just able to play, however many you actually need to, he is the most relevant one. But again, there's plenty of ways of finding him. And then last of the monsters, we're going to be running, again, 3 Goddess with a 3rd Eye still. Until they give us a better substitute for Fusion. And again, I don't think we're going to get Beast King of the Swamp, but I think that's the one that's a Fusion substitute while having the effect that allows you to pitch it to grab Polymerization. I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon, if at all, for this format. So again, Goddess with the 3rd Eye, very strong move here. Moving into the spells, I did cut to the single hero lives. Again, we have less of a deck. We're playing 22 this time instead of 30. So it is what it is. It was one of the easier cuts. We are going to be using 1 Book of Moon and 1 Cosmic Cyclone because, again, these are staple. We did cut down to the 2 Fusion Gates because, again, once you start playing towards the lower end of the spectrum, everything shows up a lot faster with higher counts. So 2 should be fine. We are running a Night Beam. We are going to run our 1 of as our reinforcement of the army. And we're going to play a Shrank. We did also drop the Offerings to the Doomed and the Foolish Burials. Because, again, if we're putting Necroshade at 1, there's no need to speed up how fast Necroshade gets there. So again, it was a quick trip toss right out of the build. It was easy. Going to our traps, we are going to run 1 Lost Wind. We are going to run 1 Metaverse. And again, Metaverse is really cool because when we activate this, we can either add that field spell from deck to hand, or we can activate it directly from the deck, which is also very cool. And then last up, just 2 Walls of Disruption because, again, it just benefits all of our monsters if our opponent is at a slight disadvantage for trying to overwhelm us. So again, this is the main portion of the deck, guys. I would encourage you to take a moment, either pause and take some notes, or for the mobile/tablet users, a screenshot should suffice. And I'll be right back with the rest of the deck in just a moment. All right, leading off the rest of it is pretty much the same build as last time. We're still going to be using a copy of Darkbright, Flame Wingman, Necroid Shaman as our tag-in pick, a copy of Nova Master, Plasma Vice, and T-Giant. Again, You can substitute these any which way that you want, but if you've been buying the boxed sets since GX started coming out, you guys have all of these. It's not that big of a deal. Going into the side, there is our third Thria for our Cosmic Cyclone. We are going to run 2 copies Polymerization in here because, again, game 2, we can definitely switch into grabbing Polymerization. It will speed the deck up a little bit, regardless of who we summon from the right job. We got that. We've also got the Hero Lives. And again, it is going to be one level 4 or lower elemental hero. It doesn't have to be non-effect text. So again, we can summon our Blaze Man that way, and then rip him out and go get the right character that we need in order to start up a fusion cycle. And again, you don't get to toss out your fusion gates either when you do this. This just makes it a little bit easier to do like a quick combo move by leaning into Blaze Man's true effect. We do have another copy of Shrink in here. We got a Lost Wind, and another Wall of Disruption finishes the build. So, again, pretty fun deck. Not as heavy-handed as the Tier 1 build, which I used the Tier 2 list for anyway. But it was fun. And just real quick, I'd like to thank you guys. It means everything that you guys keep coming in, keep watching, keep enjoying. If you guys would like to support the channel, it's very easy. Like and a comment. It's all I'm asking. It's all we need. However, if we earned your subscription, thank you. Glad to have you as part of the tribe. If we haven't, hey, there's always the next time, right? Speaking of the next time, I am going to start rotating back in some of the previous stuff that we were doing. Getting a little bit of the advanced format back in, I think. Just a little bit. But additionally, I want to know which other decks in the speed format you guys want to see updated into Tier 2 before we get more cards. So again, I am trying to hit this a little harder. You guys may have noticed a slightly slower amount of uploading. It has nothing to do with anything. I just need a little more time right now. I want to make sure that everything is proper because of how many of these I'm doing at the same time. I have a notebook just full of scribbles and notes right now. So I'm just trying to make sure that I got everything straightened out. We've got a surprise coming up. A couple of our viewers actually already called it somehow. Like, I think you guys have seen my dry erase board down here. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on in the dungeon, as I call it, but that's just crazy that you guys pick up on the little things like that. So let me know what your Tier 2 picks are. Let me know if there's a deck I haven't built in a while for Speed Duel that you guys want to see. And just enjoy the rest of your weekend, really. Go do that. I'm going to go make sure that I have a Magic the Gathering deck for tomorrow. And you guys have an excellent day, all right? I'll see you next time. Later.